You wake up in a village. You've been surrounded by the same sight for years. Chickens, ghosts, neighbors, the locksmith down at the end of the road. Every day you look up at the top of the hill. On the top of the hill, what you see is a castle shining in its magnificence, so enormous it doesn't even seem real. On this particular day, you had a thought that never expanded in your mind before. That one thought is, how can I make it to that castle? A path to the castle was a daunting one. There's a forest, a swamp, a valley, a moat, and there is no boat to cross that moat. You think about it. After thinking about it, you've made up your mind. This is your path to the castle. You go home, pack your belongings, your necessities, take a deep breath. Off to the castle you go. Your journey is going well until you arrive at the foot of the forest. The sheer size of the trees makes you want to turn back. You do not. You've already made the decision that this is your path. You feel fear. It's okay. Fear is an emotion that can be conquered. How do we know this? It's conquered by millions of people every single day. You enter into the forest. You hear weird noises you never heard before in your life. It's a surround sound. You do not know what's coming. You do not know what's going. You proceed with caution. The sun starts to set. The light starts to decrease. And comes the darkness. The darkness brings a new set of threats to the forest. There are predators everywhere, north, south, east, west. You're limited by sight. You keep telling yourself, I'm going to make it through this forest. You walk and you walk. As you walk, the sun starts to rise again. You continue to walk and walk and walk until you walk beyond the trees, out of the forest, and to the swamp. You take a long view of the swamp. It is not totally land. It is not totally water. You look down on the ground and you find a stick that can help guide you through. You take a deep breath. As you travel through the swamp, you are amazed at the abundance of wildlife that the swamp inhabits. It brings a smile to your face. Wait a minute. What is that over there? Is that an alligator or is that a floating tree trunk? You do not care to find out. You tread the opposite direction, go a different path that's not too far out of your path. You continue on. You see snakes. You see frogs. You see the end of the swamp. You walk swiftly until you arrive at an area of the swamp that's deeper than the area that you're standing on, to the point where you cannot even feel the bottom. Now what? You look to your left. You look to your right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You choose right. After a short walk, you are able to exit out of the swamp into the valley. The valley seems never ending. You walk what feels like an eternity. You hear nothing. You see nothing. It's making you feel uncomfortable. You are starting to develop doubts. No, you've already made the decision that this is your path. But your feet hurt. You're hungry. You're tired. You decide to rest. Finally, rest. You take some items out of your bag. You eat good food. You drink fresh water. You take a deep breath. You notice how crisp and clean the air is. It revitalizes your body. You're starting to get your confidence back up again. You get up and you start power walking like you've never power walked before. You are in a power walking zone to the point where you power walked right out of the valley and did not even realize it until you looked up and seen the castle in all its magnificence. A bit dramatic. Only one obstacle to go. The moat with no boat to cross that moat. You look down in the distance and you notice that there is a drawbridge on the castle. You go down to that drawbridge, you take a deep breath, and you yell out, "Is there anybody home?" You hear nothing. You yell again and again. You yell for days to the point where you cannot yell anymore because you lost your voice from all the yelling that you did. You don't know what to do. You're running out of food. You're running out of water. For the first time on your path, you give up. You have no choice. You cannot cross the moat with no boat to cross that moat. You turn around and walk away. As soon as you take your first step, you hear something. You turn back around and you see the drawbridge lowering above the moat. You look on the other side of the drawbridge, and what you see is the king with his hand out saying, "Welcome, I've been expecting you. My castle is your castle." This story is a metaphor about your path to your destination. That destination can be anything that you're passionate about, anything that can benefit you, anything that can promote growth and get you to the next level in your life. The forest represents fear. Fear of what? Fear of the unknown. We have to have the courage to go into the unknown and make it known. Because if we know there's something that can benefit us, if we can see it, if we can feel it happening, then we will no longer fear it. We will no longer fear the forest of our own mind. The swamp represents uncertainty. When we are uncertain about things sometimes, we don't seek any help or any guidance for whatever reason. We prefer to figure it out ourselves. And when we cannot figure it out ourselves, that's when we can get stuck in the swamp of our own mind. The stick represents guidance, help. It can be anything: a friend, a family member, a spouse, a significant other, a book, a podcast, anything that can help get you out of the swamp of your own mind. Get that uncertainty out there. Out of there. The valley represents self-doubt. It's funny because we will doubt ourselves before we give anyone else a chance to doubt us first. Crazy, huh? I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to try. I can't do it. Nope, I won't do it. No, I can't do it. I won't even try. What if they don't like me? What if they don't like my clothes? What if they don't like my mismatched sauce? What if they don't like the way I speak? How do you get past self-doubt? With self-confidence. Not only can I do it, I will do it. It's called willpower. I do not care what you think about my mismatched socks. I am going to get on this camera and motivate you and inspire you before you leave your door today. Self-confidence over self-doubt. And lastly, the moat with no boat to cross that moat represents patience. We have to have patience. We want things to happen right now. We don't want to wait for anything. But we all know that saying. Good things comes to those who wait. Now, those good things may not be the good things that you want specifically. But if you just work at it, be persistent, and be patient, there's a great chance that your destination will welcome you with open arms. The castle represents your destination. The path represents the obstacles that goes on in your own mind before you reach that destination. So in your mind, go home, pack your belongings, your necessities, and start your true path to the castle.